morning, Maine. This is Marissa signing in with the White Pine News.
And I'm Jess, and today we'll be touching base with Barbara Ehrenreich about her new book, Nickel and Dime.
Today we'll be focusing on the chapter featuring her home state of Maine. Jess will tell us a little bit about Barbara's audience.
If you are a white American in the middle class with a well-paying job, then this book is for you. It will give you the insight to the secrets about the lower-class lifestyle as Barbara ventures into this unknown world.
Now to you, Morgan.
Hi, I'm here with Barbara to talk about the details of her newly released book. Hello, Barbara.
Hi, Morgan. I'm so glad to be here.
Tell us a little about yourself and why you chose to do this.
Well, I have a PhD. It was really my editor's idea to go out and do the old-fashioned type of journalism. As much as I didn't want to do it, I knew that with the help of my PhD, I could accomplish anything.
So, why did you choose Maine?
Oh, that's easy. I chose Maine for its whiteness.
Where did you work for this experience?
Well, during the week I worked for Merry Maids, and on the weekends I worked at Woodcrest Residential Facility as a dietary aide.
Nice. How did you feel about your experiences in Maine?
My feelings of disgust really came out in my writing. It occurs to me I'm getting a tiny glimpse of what it would be like to be black.
Tell us about any problems you faced.
In my book, I used a great deal of imagery to describe the horrible conditions of the hotel I had to stay in, which would be very similar to the ones that the others are forced to reside in. These tiny, dirt-filled rooms are no place for any human being to be calling home. Yet that is all they can afford with their low-wage jobs, if they don't end up sleeping in their car.
Wow.
I never had to do that, though. Sleep in my car, yeah, right.
Okay, well, back to Jess and Marissa for a message to our audience.
Wow, we can clearly see that Barbara's message is that the conditions that low-wage workers must live in is hard. We have a guest who will help explain some of the conditions they must face while dealing with an unsupported boss.
Let's introduce you to a staff member of the Merry Maids.
Hi, Holly. We're so glad to have you here.
Hi, Morgan. Thanks for having me.
Tell us, what was it like working with Barbara?
While she was always criticizing the way we were taught to clean houses, she would question the way that we dusted and polished things and how we cleaned the floors.
Would you say she gave herself false authority?
Yes, I believe so. What does she know about cleaning? She's just a journalist. She's not a maid.
But I have a PhD. I was taught to clean by my mother. Germs are never mentioned in the video provided by the maids. Our antagonists exist entirely in the visible world. We scrub only to remove impurities that may be detectable by the customer, by hand or eye.
Barbara got really angry at my boss. She complained to him about making me work, although I had a sprained ankle. He sent me home, and I really needed to work.
Are there any concerns that you have about the unfair work conditions?
Well, in my interview, I had been promised a 35-minute lunch break, but it turned out to only be a 5-minute pit stop at a convenience store, if that.
Wow. Why does anyone put up with this when there's so many other jobs available? I don't get it.
Well, in her book, she made it seem like an either-or choice with very limited options. I believe that if it needs to be done, it will be done. Obviously, we don't have as many options available like she did because she always had a car and enough money to stay wherever she wanted, while we must fend for ourselves, doing whatever we can to survive.
All in all, many Americans live the life Holly must live every day. Clearly, Barbara's argument isn't as strong as it seemed. It's a book, but don't hold it credible to the actual struggles she was trying to point out.
Well, at least I have a PhD, okay? Let's go, baby.